So this is what you need to say if you want to be a Muslim. And basically, this is what Muslims hear as soon as they're born. When I was born, my father first recited into my ear the adhan, which starts with the takbir, Allahu Akbar, and then it continues, Ashhadu la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, which is essentially the shahada. It was the first thing I ever heard in my entire life. And my parents and my imams, they all taught me that when I die, or as I'm dying, I should recite the shahada again, so that angels will usher me into heaven. And many, many Muslims recite the shahada as they're on their deathbed. So literally, their lives are encompassed by the proclamation, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is His messenger. This is the core claim to Islam.
What Jesus accomplished on the cross, how did that change from, you're wrestling with this as a Muslim? What did you learn about what was accomplished?
So as a Muslim, I used to challenge Christians by saying, how does one man dying on the cross pay for the sins of everyone? Isn't that like me walking up to the president and saying, here's $1, let's cancel the national debt?
Okay.
Like, it doesn't work. How does that mathematically work? But when I tied in the Christian doctrines together and realized this isn't a man trying to pay off the debt with $1. This is God Himself, who has an infinite bank account, able to pay for the sins of everyone, that I realized, wait a minute, the question I should be asking is not, can God pay for the sins of mankind? It's, would God pay for the sins of mankind?
Yes.
And as a Muslim, the answer was no, but as a Christian, the answer is yeah.
When we have good reason to believe in someone, then we have faith in that person because of those good reasons. That's the faith we're called to have. So the Christian faith is based on the fact that we have good reasons to believe the core claims. Jesus died on the cross. He rose from the dead. He claimed to be God. Now with Islam then, how do we investigate Islam? I investigated Islam after 3 years of investigating Christianity. I investigated the historical method first. This is all while I was in the university and in medical school. I decided to learn how to study history, and I would meet with historians and I'd ask them, how does one study history? How can one know when something is true or not? And they would teach me various criteria of the historical method. And we can go into details on the criteria for the historical method if you'd like. We can do that on the Q&A. But I'll essentially end just by telling you this. The way we look into history is we look at the earliest, most reliable sources regarding that event or that person that we're investigating.